Hi, I'm Erik Linask here at the Cloud Expo in New York, and I'm talking with Rick German from Stoneware now. Rick, thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Erik. Glad to be here.
So, we're in the third day of this show. What are some of the exciting things that you've seen this week?
I think probably the most exciting is just the growth of the cloud computing space, the increase in the number of vendors and the attendees and people who are trying to kind of sort out, understand the technology and how it applies to their business.
So that's really what we're still, the phase that we're still in is really evangelism, understanding it, understanding how business can leverage cloud.
Yeah, I think we're at the point where people see that I think across all the vendors within cloud computing, the underlying theme is the fact that all of the vendors, all the solutions, including ours, is about IT delivery, delivering IT services, doing it in a different way. It seems to be in lockstep with what the customers want. So I think everybody's trying to understand how are we going to start delivering IT services differently using cloud technologies.
And I imagine Stoneware has an answer for that.
We always have an answer, so of course we have an answer for that. We focus on private cloud computing. We create a private cloud platform, and through that platform we deliver applications and IT services to end users through a virtual web desktop that can be delivered inside of any web browser.
I'll get back to that virtual web desktop, but why does it have to be through a private cloud?
We just think in the cloud space that today, if you look at the current customer's environment, most things are inside their data center, deployed within their data center. It's a natural evolution to start cloud within their data center. I think what you'll see is that the private cloud, or if you want to call it the hybrid cloud, will be the kind of the anchor point for integrating a lot of other cloud services. But I think you're going to see that one thing won't change. You'll see that customers will always be responsible for provisioning, deploying, and managing access to applications. And whether they're hosted locally or hosted by a third-party cloud provider shouldn't matter. They're supposed to deliver those applications to their end users. Users really don't know or care where it came from.
Is there a different sense of security when it comes to private cloud? In other words, are businesses more comfortable, or do they think they're more comfortable?
I think it's a perception. So I think when it comes to private cloud, security is potentially an issue. I would say it probably goes more, though, into what's our legal exposure, so those are things they just have to address over time. I think always politics involved. And so maybe security is not at the top of the list of the issues that corporate America is tackling. It could be, it can be just deployment issues, end user issues, everything from politics to all other things that you encounter in just a regular IT environment.
Well, one would like to think that that corporate America today is on top of the security issue, but tell me a little bit more about the virtual web desktop that you mentioned.
Well, different probably than a lot of the industry today, where there's a lot of people looking at VDI virtualizing a Windows desktop. What we've done is we've just taken a look at the market. We see the conversion to more of a web application base, web delivery of services. We believe that allows us the opportunity to redefine the desktop and web technologies. When we redefine the web desktop in web technologies, we can get things like scalability, thousands of users per server. We can reduce our licensing costs, back-end hardware costs that are associated with deploying the desktop across a large number of users. So we just look at the market, see it moving towards web-based applications, and then we think that will drive the need for a desktop defined in the web technology sector.
How does it differ from a usability perspective?
From a usability perspective, it has a lot of the things that most users are expecting, right? Personalization, wallpapers, start bars. It's designed to look, feel, and work just like their standard desktop, mostly because we don't want to retrain users with a different interface. So we want to keep it very common, very standard for the end user. At the end, the purpose of the desktop many times is to organize the applications and services delivered from IT. And in this case, it's doing the exact same thing.
What kind of business is going to be interested in the virtual web desktop?
I think in terms of our technology, a lot of businesses that are looking to deliver IT services, not only just inside the network but outside the network as workforces are becoming far more fluid, moving both inside and outside the network. They're trying to deliver a consistent standard set of services to the users. A consistent desktop looks the same. We do a lot of work with environments where they don't control the desktop, where they have to deliver a set of services, but they're not able to manage or control the devices that are accessing the system. It's a great fit for that as well. And then, of course, obviously for SaaS providers who are trying to deliver a hosted desktop to deliver their applications into, it seems to have a lot of traction in that space as well.
Absolutely. Thanks, Rick. We'll be talking here at the Cloud Expo with Rick German from Stoneware.
Thank you very
Thanks
much
for joining me.
Appreciate it.